Konami's newest OCG set utility selection is slowly shaping up to be a very, very incredibly crazy set, and it's only and it's only gonna get even more crazier from here because Konami has just announced two more new cards, for that set, and one of them, might just surprise you of how broken it could possibly be. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Let's kick things off with Ancient Secrets, which is going to be one of the new overframe cards that will be in that set. Excuse me. Which is a normal spell with the effect being a once per turn that reads special summon one normal monster from your hand, deck, or grave in defense position, and it must be level 4 or lower from the deck, or if you control a normal monster card, you can apply one of these effects instead. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls, destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls, draw 2 cards, special summon a monster from either grave to your field. Okay, think about this. Raigeki, Harpy's Feather Duster, Pot of Greed, Monster Reborn. 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh's most iconic cards all rolled into one. Think about that. So imagine what happens if you're playing this deck, if you're playing this card in a Blue Eyes deck. Excuse me. Imagine what happens if you were playing this card in a Blue Eyes deck. On your opponent's end phase, you activate the effect of True Light. You special summon Blue Eyes from your graveyard, and then on your turn, you activate this card, and because you already have a vanilla on board, you have 4 options you can choose. You can either choose to Raigeki your opponent's board. You can Harpy's Feather Duster your opponent's board. You could draw 2, or you can bring back a monster from either grave to your side of the field. Think about how crazy that effect is. Like, think about that. There really isn't much to say about this card except holy shit, this card is nutty. Definitely gonna be another one of those cards that will probably make its way into the meta in 2027, like 100,000%. But speaking of cards that could potentially become meta, next, the other card in today's video is known as Mind Mirror Force, which is another card that is going to be an overframe, which looks amazing, by the way. And the effect is a once per turn, and it also says if your opponent controls 5 or more face-up cards, this card's activation and effect cannot be negated, and it can be activated the turn it was set. And the effect reads as follows: at any of the following timings, negate the effects of as many face-up cards your opponent controls as possible, and if you do, destroy them. Your monsters cannot attack directly until the end of the next turn after this card resolves. When an opponent's monster with the highest attack declares an attack, when your opponent activates a monster effect that would destroy a card on the field, when your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand or field during your turn. Okay, think about this, right? You activate you activate hidden secrets and you want to draw 2 cards. Your opponent activates Ash Blossom and you have this card set in your back row. You chain Mind Mirror Force and you get to literally not only negate everything on your opponent's side of the field, but your opponent's entire board, also get destroyed. Think about that. Think about that. Not much else. There really is not a lot to say about this except, holy shit. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I am fucking tired as hell. Sorry. Anyway, this card absolutely busted. This card can be used in literally just about any deck in the format. It can be used in Dark Magician. It can be used in Blue Eyes. It can be used in the new Dark Magician Chaos deck that was recently announced from Chaos Origin. It can be used in pretty much any Mitsurugi deck. This card is absolutely busted. Even also, hidden secrets. That is another card that can also be used in the format. I have a feeling that both those cards, they could potentially make their way into the meta, but only time will tell. But with that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.